Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Wednesday, September 19th, 2012. This is Texan TV News from Tarleton State University in Stephenville, Texas, and I'm Paul Falgren. In today's headlines, an Afghan police officer kills 4 NATO troops. Customers are pressuring the FDA. A Texan teen confesses to a 25-year-old murder case. Stephenville City Council ends Stage 2 water restrictions. And a speaker will present today. And now, in today's national and international news from the Associated Press, an Afghan police officer turned his gun on NATO troops Sunday morning, killing 4 Americans. Officials said it was the third attack such by Afghan forces or surgeons disguised as military uniforms against international forces. Together, the 3 attacks have killed 8 people. A NATO forces spokesman says the attack took place near an outpost in southern Afghanistan. International forces often work with Afghan police to man checkpoints as part of an effort to train and mentor the Afghan forces to eventually operate on their own. The goal is to turn over the security responsibility for the country to the Afghans by the end of 2014. Consumer groups are pressuring the Food and Drug Administration to set federal guidance allowable levels of arsenic in rice, prompting the agency to study the issue and consider possibilities of new standards. So far, FDA officials say they have found no evidence that suggests rice is unsafe to eat. The agency is in the middle of conducting a study of 1,200 samples of grocery store rice products, short and long grain rice, cereals, drinks, and even rice cakes to measure arsenic levels. Arsenic is naturally present in water, air, food, and soil in forms organic and inorganic. According to the FDA, organic arsenic passes through the body quickly and essentially harmless. Inorganic arsenic, the type in pesticides and insecticides, can be toxic and may pose a cancer risk if consumed at high levels or over a long period. How much organic or inorganic arsenic rice eaters are consuming and whether those levels are dangerous still remain to be seen. In Texas news, a teen confessed to killing a former high school acquaintance in 1986. Surprisingly, authorities didn't find out until nearly 25 years later, when DNA evidence surfaced. Rayland Absalon was 17 when Ginger Hayden was stabbed more than 50 times in 1984. 2 years later, Absalon told someone at the drug treatment center that he snuck into her apartment and repeatedly stabbed her after she fell asleep. Prosecutors said Absalon was arrested in 2010 in Sierra Vista, Arizona. He is charged with capital murder and faces up to life in prison if convicted. Prosecutors are not seeking the death penalty. Defense attorneys had sought to have Absalon's confession withheld, but were unsuccessful. Defense attorney Gary Udishin told the jury Tuesday that Absalon falsely confessed because he was sleep-deprived and pressured at the treatment center. Absalon's DNA was found in the apartment because he and his friends often hung out there. Udishin said he also told jurors that DNA from an unknown man was present at the scene. In regional news, from the Empire Tribune, Stage 2 water restrictions ended in Stephenville Tuesday. Although the restrictions have been lifted, Mayor Kenny Weldon told residents that some limitations were still active. Weldon said he wanted to remind residents it is prohibited to use automatic irrigation systems from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. In campus news, from Interim Dean Styron, Dr. Chris Guthrie from the Department of Social Sciences will present on Luis Felipe Joseph II. Felipe Agante. Dr. Guthrie promises his own explanation regarding Elegante's motivations and goals and will share it with us on Wednesday at noon. The presentation will be in the O.A. Grant Building, room 118. He indicates that the story of Felipe Agante can provide a useful case study of political behavior and individual leader in times of profound and rapid change. And now for sports. On Tuesday, an attorney for a former Dallas Cowboy said his client is getting closer to making a deal to plead guilty of federal drug charges. Prosecutors filed documents indicating Sam Ward would plead guilty on one charge of conspiracy to possess 5 or more kilograms of cocaine with the intent to distribute. Attorney Jay Ethington said that prosecutors were still negotiating the terms of a plea agreement. Hurd is a former player of the Chicago Bears and Dallas Cowboys. He was arrested last December when he was accused of taking cocaine from an undercover agent at a Chicago steakhouse. According to the legal documents, Heard accepted 1 kilogram of cocaine and told the undercover agent that he would like to purchase 10 kilograms of cocaine and 1,000 pounds of marijuana per week, dispensed at the Chicago area. In a plea agreement, Heard and prosecutors agreed to leave out certain facts about the crime. Effington told the Associated Press that Heard was not a big-time captain of some drug conspiracy. Heard's trial date is currently set for October 9th, 2012. The forecast for today is mainly sunny with a high near 86 degrees, with the winds blowing south up to 10 to 15 miles an hour. Today's broadcast was produced by Katie Gibbs, Kelly Wolf, and Sam Norman. You can follow us on ustream.tv/user/Texan News Service. Don't forget to tell your friends about us and become a fan of Texan TV News on Facebook. I'm Paul Fahlgren. Tune in tomorrow for the latest news from Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas.